Hello. Today I'll be showing off my multiplayer deathmatch Quake map called Eldritch Trenches. The theme and overall setting, premise for this map is that we have a network of trenches and tunnels that connect a series of uh, old, Quake style buildings. More medieval in a sense. Um, yeah. So we have these these trenches are the main focal point. Um, but we can also go across from building to building, uh, and we get a sense that we have four unique cliffs that could be navigated between with bridges, um, and the trenches are in between them. Um, and then we have bits of cover. The bridges themselves can act as cover as the player traverses through the trenches. Um, yeah. So, regarding texture and lighting, the textures obviously used to evoke the sense of place. So we have these textures, evoking like packed dirt, uh, having been dug out, tunneled. Um, and it also, provides some clarity. It helps things stand apart. So, like for instance, this specific wood texture is used for uh, bridges or parkour areas, so they can stand out against the walls and the floors. Um, we use lighting in a similar way, where it's used for both environment. So, like here, we have some dimmer light in this tunnel, and that's used to evoke like a sense of claustrophobia and push the player outwards into the larger areas. Um, but also we use lighting um, in particular places like these windows that I'll pop up and show you. So you see how these specific areas are a bit light, which implores the player to look in and shoot stuff in there. Um, so yeah, with the call outs, we've obviously got the central trench area. Uh, so this is one big landmark. We also have the central tower, which acts as another landmark and area. Um, we have to the left the lab area, and to the right we have a medium room, and this is the medium room with that little bit of parkour trickery, and we have this smaller quarter circle room. And of course the tunnel between it, which I love and it's my favorite. So yeah, the intended flow is the player can use several ramps. There's a bit of a place where you can get cornered here, dead end, if you will. But it's not too hard to get to a place where you can make choices about your pathing. Uh, the main idea is that it's a place where you can take cover from people shooting at you from the tower. So the player will move from place to place. They might go up this ramp upon leaving the lab at that exit. Um, and we have this cyclical winding staircase. Here's a little bit of an esoteric find as the rocket launcher, and that can be used for easier navigation, but you see that it's just a big spiral staircase with some cover around it. Um, so we can go up the spiral staircase and get some good sight lines of that entrance of the tower, the entrance of the lab altogether. But if you're focusing on those areas, you can get sneak attacked if somebody's coming from the actual tower itself. You also have a little bit of parkour, and you can be rewarded with a nice gold armor. Oh, I didn't make that jump. But yeah, so there's one big circle. There are a bunch of intermittent loop-de-loops, just because of the way I did pathing. There's this parkour bit, but you can ignore it and go down this way. You can go up that way. You can go up that way. Stuff in basically every direction. Um, so you never feel too impeded. Um, Aside from that, a lot of strategically placed cover to make this high cliff a bit more tactical and difficult to use or fight around in. Then we have, the windows, of course, and we have pillars strategically placed, uh, so that the people inside can take cover as well. Um, I've noticed that through playtesting that the quarter circle, oh, annoying jump, the quarter circle tends to be the most populated uh, area in my playtesting. Uh, so yeah, I've already gone a bit into why I placed pickups where I did. We had the secret rocket launcher spot in the lab. We have this uh, super shotgun that's visible from this spawn point area. Uh, we have a nice high point the player will want to go to because of those pickups. Uh, and then shoot them around everywhere. Uh, these three walls in the tower are purely to control uh, player movement, cover, but also if a player is like in that area, then I can hide from them down here. Um, so yeah, we just place pickups along natural places of movement, especially health. So there's like a health pickup in the center of this tunnel. Verticality is a big point. Of course, we have the trenches and tunnel at the lowest level, but then within the structures is when we get verticality. So in the tower we get this high area, we get that even higher area. Um, the highest point in the map that is accessible is this place outside the tower, and so a lot of care has been put in to make sure that players can take cover, uh, whether it be behind that bridge or just within the trenches themselves. But yeah, so verticality is a huge key point. I've already demonstrated that in the lab as well. Um, some places I iterated. One thing is that I just needed more pickups. When I first had this map playtested, there weren't nearly enough, so I took care to place more pickups in places like the corners of the cliffs. I made sure to improve the lighting. One thing that I did in the lab that you might notice, if you stuck around with this project and were there for it, is that I've removed cover. There was initially cover there because I was of the mindset like, oh, I don't want any player to camp up there, it's too powerful a spot. And then I realized it's a deathmatch map. You can't really camp somewhere because people will just avoid the area, and you won't get kills and other players will surpass you. At least that's what I noticed in my playtesting. So it kind of became a dud area. So I removed that cover just to make the area a little more powerful and cool. I also iterated on this parkour challenge just to make it a little less difficult so you can get the gold armor and grenade launcher a bit easier from either side. So there used to be holes between those platforms, and I've since connected them. Otherwise, I think that's all I have to show off. Thank you for watching.